We're joined now by leader of the United Democratic Movement, leader Bantu Holomisa. Good evening. Thank you very much for your time, General. Were you part of the consultation meeting, and what's your input into the adherence to the state of disaster regulations during this time of campaigning to limit them to about 250 indoors and 500 outdoors?
Thank you very much, and thank you to our viewers. Mfundisi Mpumlwana sanochitha isikhathi sethu nami lapha. Thandazani ni communicate nalo phezulu ningacontrolwanga our union buildings. Please pray. On a serious note, yes, I was part of the briefing by the president, and I support his statement. During the briefing, I did raise the issue of the rural areas in Limpopo, in KwaZulu-Natal, Northwest, Eastern Cape, and so on, wherein I suggested that given that we are approaching a rainy season and that some of the roads are not in good conditions, why don't we request the South African National Defence Force to take all those medical practitioners who are charged to vaccinate people, to go and vaccinate people in their own areas, those who want to be vaccinated. And the President did, and the Minister of Health did support that, and I hope that the SANDF would immediately put a plan on how to do that. If we were to follow that, by December, I'm sure we would have covered a lot of people in the country. If, for instance, you drive from Mthatha, just make an example, to Coffee Bay, that road is not there. I don't know, why are we still paying ministers and DGs of transport salaries and public works if those roads are in that state? And you go look at the roads which are now getting into the rural areas in the villages. There are no roads there. But what we should be saying, why don't you turn this as an opportunity to create jobs? Because these people at union buildings, in parliament, budget, infrastructure development. No private sector is going to develop an infrastructure for you, for this country. It has always been the responsibility of the government.
Now, Mr. Holomisa,
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Don't leave just yet. Don't leave just yet, General. Sbu is just jumping in here with a question for you.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, General. Now, what I wanted to find out, I mean, the reality is that you are seeing, in terms of the breakdown of the vaccinations, that the younger cohort of the young adults, it doesn't look like they are turning up as expected in terms of getting the vaccinations. And also there seems to be, we've seen a spike at some point, but now it looks like the numbers are easing. What do you think is the role of political parties in terms of spreading that message, particularly as we're going towards the election?
All the political parties, including UDM, which have youth leagues, should be saying to the youth, say to them, some of you have lost your parents, and because of COVID. Now the government has managed to secure at least the vaccines to prolong your life. Make use of this, and this must also be said in the school, at school, by the teachers. But if you have people who are going to campaign against this vaccination program, then you are going to have a big problem. But at no stage must any South African be denied a right to go and do vaccination if he or she wants to do so.